Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. How are you guys doing? Today I want to talk about this grass to grace story of OLAJUMOKE. I mean, a lot of us have been wondering for a long time. If you don't know who OLAJUMOKE is, she's basically this bread seller who photobombed a photo shoot by, I don't remember his name, Tina something and TY Below, right? And this photo shoot was like it was everywhere. People were talking about how amazing the photo shoot was, if the girl was a model, and she literally she blew. That was back in 2016. She blew. She got lots of modeling gigs, modeling jobs, and blah blah blah. And then I think 1 year, 2 years down the line, we suddenly stopped seeing her. Like, she just disappeared into thin air, and everybody was wondering, where is she? People were like, she doesn't post on her Instagram account anymore. Where is she? Blah blah blah. And then it turns out that she's been going through a lot. So she recently did this interview where she talked about everything that she went through while she was away. So basically, like, the long and short of it all was that, there was this woman who was T.Y. Below's friend. Her name is Azuka, or like everyone calls her Auntie Azuka. She basically took her under her wings, kind of managed her, got her jobs, and those jobs she got her, she was like, people were paying directly to OLAJUMOKE's account. She didn't take a dime from her. She was just like a destiny helper, right? And at some point she wanted to travel out, so she handed her over to somebody else by name Victoria. She handed her to this Victoria lady who was supposedly supposed to, like, give her or help her with her jobs and manage her while Auntie Azuka was away. So it turned out that this Victoria ended up trying to convince OLAJUMOKE that while she's staying with Auntie Azuka, she would not be able to blow as much as she would if that's Victoria, managed her. And basically she poisoned her mind, will I say, about Auntie Azuka, and told her that she could get her better jobs, way better jobs that would pay her millions. She would travel around the world, blah blah blah. And of course, for somebody who has been through a lot, who went from earning 1,000 naira a day to getting this kind of money, millions in her accounts, hundreds of thousands of naira, of course she wanted more, and she basically fell for that trap. And this lady signed a 2-year contract with her and became her manager, flew her to South Africa for some Soweto Fashion Week, blah blah blah. But basically, long and short is that this lady who eventually started managing her was not like Auntie Azuka. She was basically trying to, well, that's her story, right? All these stories and things that she said was from OLAJUMOKE. We haven't heard from Victoria, but basically what OLAJUMOKE said was that this lady was not paying her well. Of course, they would go for trips and then she would just give her 200,000 and tell her that, oh, we spent money on flights, on accommodation, blah 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 blah. And so it was moving from something that she was enjoying to something that ended up being totally different. She was enjoying her relationship with Auntie Azuka. She mentioned how Auntie Azuka was so good to her, took care of her kids, she was basically there for her. And then she moved to this other manager. And according to OLAJUMOKE, when her contract expired with this Victoria lady. The lady refused to release her passwords to her Instagram account, you know, and at that point she knew she had messed up and she wanted to go back to Auntie Azuka. She basically reached out, she apologized, and there was this thing she said, you know, that I was just like, why would you bite the fingers that fed you? You know, she said that, you know, when she was with this Victoria lady, they met somewhere. She met Auntie Azuka somewhere, and Auntie Azuka was trying to reach out to her to say hi, Olajumoke, that she just ignored her. Like, how do you go from, you know, seeing somebody who did this much for you and just totally ignoring the person? So she was really like, you know, the pride got to her and she messed up. Although she has apologized to Auntie Azuka, and I think Auntie Azuka right now, alongside the City FM MD Doja Allen, they are trying to revive her career. They're trying to help her. She's getting a show right now on City FM, and she's basically trying to, you know, revive herself. But there are so many lessons from this story. There are so many lessons. Like, never ever 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 bite the fingers that fed you. Like, never do that, and don't be too greedy. I understand that, you know, a lot of people were saying, oh, she was uneducated. I mean, she had a lawyer at some point, good, but I don't think that lawyer was, you know, too much of a good lawyer, because the guy was just like, oh, the contract is good. What's your definition of good? Why didn't you just explain, like, the terms, the fees, everything to her? I know she's not educated, but at least if you explain to her in Yoruba, she will understand, you know, before signing. Not that you just generalize and say that, oh, the contract is good. So there were a lot of lessons to learn from her, and I really do hope that OLAJUMOKE comes back stronger. I mean, she's very, from her interview, you could tell that she's very enthusiastic. She's very willing to learn, to come back stronger. She has learned her lessons. She basically apologized to everybody that she had hurt, especially Auntie Azuka. She also, like, thanked people. That was so appreciative of her. She thanked Sujimoto's, the guy who basically paid her rent for 5 years. You know, got her a 3-bedroom apartment and paid her rent for 5 years. That was, like, so generous of him. She also thanked Stanbic IBTC. Apparently Stanbic IBTC, they are still paying her children's school fees. And funny thing is, I have seen her before in my son's school, like back then, my son's former school, and I remember, like, you know, really thanking God for her life, because I was like, this lady, this lady's children are in this school, because, like, the school is not cheap. It's not like cheap like that, you know. It was like a decent school. You know, my son doesn't go to that school anymore, but basically I remember seeing her at, like, maybe Christmas end of year party, or I can't remember the function, and I was really happy for her, because, like, if you hear her story, that lady suffered. She suffered. When they say suffered, she suffered. How can you be making 1,000 naira a day after hawking 2 times? You hawk 2 times a day, like morning till evening, and then you make just 1,000 naira. And she had 2 kids to feed. She slept in the bakery, you know, with her children. She didn't have accommodation. So moving from that to getting these opportunities, and then, you know, seeing that these opportunities were taken away from you, you know, it's a lot to go through. And I think she has learned a lesson, so she's coming back stronger, and she has even shared her hand to me. I rushed to follow her, because, you know, I really want to see her do well and make it in life, come back stronger. So I think her handle is OLAJUMOKE bread seller, the bread seller, OLAJUMOKE the bread seller on Instagram. So she hasn't been able to get her old account back from that lady. They tried everything, police matters and all that, but basically there's a lot to learn from this lady's story. Like, people hardly get a second chance. You know, you just get that one chance, and if you blow it, you blow it. So she blew her first chance, but this people are still interested in her story. People are still, you know, rooting for her. People are still, despite her mistakes, because everybody makes mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. But the ability to learn from your mistakes and apologize for your mistakes and come, like, be willing to do anything. Not right now. I mean, she said she's been undergoing some trainings on broadcasting, and she's starting her show in January. I am really looking forward. I don't listen to City FM normally, but I am really looking forward to listening to her show, because I really want to believe that things will get better for her and her kids. It's so generous of Stanbic IBTC to still be paying her children's school fees up till now, and I think they're even going to continue. So, like, I really hope and pray for the best for her, because, like, I listened to her 2 hours plus interview, and I was really amazed, and I was like, well, this is your second chance, try not to blow it. So guys, what do you think about this lady's story? Do you think that, you know, yes, we all have established the fact that she beats the fingers that fed her, but she mentioned how this Azuka lady is still taking care of her till date. Like, she got her this connection to City FM. She has been, you know, giving her food stuff, giving her everything away from, you know, social media. She was not doing all of that on social media. That's, like, you know, applaudable. Like, she was not posting on social media that even when people were asking, where's OLAJUMOKE, she wasn't posting that, oh, this, oh, I'm happy now, I'm doing this, which a lot of people would have, right? To gain followers, to gain clout and all that. She was silently doing good. I think that for me is everything, because I am also somebody that does not believe in, you know, when you are helping people, you shout, you make noise, hey, I'm helping, I don't believe in that. So I really like can relate to what Auntie Azuka is doing, and I really do hope that OLAJUMOKE comes out stronger and better. There's so much to learn from her story, and I really do hope that you guys can pick 1 or 2 things and also learn and, you know, apply to your own lives as well, right? So thank you guys for watching, and see you in my next video. Bye.